you guys, welcome to Vlogmas. Today is Wednesday, which is my travel day for work. I have this little habit of when I leave, I like to just make sure my little two dogs are sitting on the couch looking. It's just I hate leaving them. I don't know why. It's just a little bit of anxiety. Once I'm gone, I'm okay, but it's just that initial leaving and then being disappointed. Please, I know, dogs are okay. I know everyone tells me, but they are my lifeline. I depend on them more for my sanity than they depend on me. That is the truth. They are way more comforting to me. They probably don't even realize I'm gone. I've been so crazy. I've been thinking should I put a camera in so I can watch them when I'm gone? But today is Wednesday, my travel day. I only have to travel about 45 minutes, so it feels like I was just doing this. It feels like last Wednesday was just here. My husband's off for Christmas. He took off for a week and a half, 2 weeks, because he's going to be traveling for work for 2 months, and I won't really see him except for Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So it was just nice to have this time off together. I still have those nails on, you guys. They're still, I know it's only been 24 hours, but I like them. They held up in the shower. They held up when I was doing my makeup. They're not stained. They didn't peel. They're definitely matte nails, so that I would be aware of. I feel like matte nails, no matter what brand, oh, you got pulled over, that stinks. No matter what brand of matte nails, I've never had super good experience with them. But so far, these are cute. I really love them, and I've never had actual round nails. Usually I do almond or, like I said, I don't like coffin in my video yesterday. And I don't I prefer square, almond, and round. But these are so cute. They look so cute on my fingers. I love them. I feel fancy, and I love the designs. Now, I love mixed manicures, so if you are interested, even you don't have to follow me or anything, but if you go back on my Instagram, maybe 20 pictures, I probably have close to, if not around 200 nail beginner designs that I used to do. So there's also a declutter on my channel of all my nail polishes. I probably had 200 bottles. I used to be that was my thing before I got really, really big into makeup. I've always worn makeup, even when I was a teenager, but it wasn't my hobby. My hobby was nail art. As weird as that is, I loved it. So I did nail art every single night. So I would look up nail art inspiration, and here's the thing, I always credited whoever's it was, and a lot of it was that woman on YouTube, Jenny Fox. So anytime it was inspired by, or if it was a drastic change or it was my own creation, I obviously didn't need to credit anybody. But anything that was inspired by, I definitely, I took that turn a little wide, definitely credited the person. Of course, it's so sunny out, thank God, because the next 2 days is garbage. Let's hope that we get some nice weather for Christmas. Just give me 1 second to get on this big road. I hate this road. Okay, so if you go back, like I said, you'll see hundreds of nail designs that I did. And let me tell you something, at first, I wasn't good at it, so you'll definitely see an improvement as I start doing it. And then I would do my cousin's nails and everybody around me's nails, because I loved nail art. So every single night, I swear, it was my ritual. 7 o'clock at night, I would take my polish off every night. I never wore a manicure more than one day because I was practicing. So when I practice something, I like to get, good at it. Just like my makeup, I like to practice. And I feel like it's always a learning curve. With anything in life, you can always learn more, and I love learning. I think that's my thing. I think I have a creative personality, and I like to learn everything about one thing. If I'm invested in something, right now, I really enjoy learning about dog breeds. I don't know why, but I do, and like, I just want to know as much as possible so I can be a good dog mom and whatever. So needless to say, every night at 7 o'clock, I would take my polish off. I would, whatever manicure I was doing, and I would do it. I have Christmas nails, Halloween nails, Valentine's Day nails. 4th of July was always my favorite set of nails, and I just would do them, and I love them. They're not perfect by any means, but I used to get people stop me to look at my nails, and then I would grow my nails out real long. Hold on, there's guys merging over, and there's something on my glasses. So I would grow out my nails super long, and they'd be long and beautiful, like sometimes this length or even longer, and people were like, are those your real nails? And they always were. And then I got into press-on nails, and then I would do some nail art on press-on nails. Then I would take them off and use my own nails and rehab my nails. But then life got so busy, and I was taking care of teenagers, and I kind of just fell out of it. I still love it, and every once in a blue moon I do nail art, not like I used to though. But if you want to see my nail art, I will link my Instagram so you can easily see it. They were cool. Now I like to post more fashion and outfits and my hair and makeup. That's just what I'm into right now. Other than reading, that's really just my hobby. Slew Foot is what I'm reading by Brom. I read a little more into the book. If you like period pieces that are like puritanical or Puritan, whatever they are, set in like the 1600s, right around the Salem witch trial, I think you would like this book. I love that. I love period pieces of all kinds, so I love shows that are period pieces. Some of my favorites is Harlots, was really good. Definitely a mature audience for sure. Very, very, very mature. That's a great show. Obviously Game of Thrones was amazing. Anything like that I love. So if you have any period pieces, I've been thinking about Bridgerton, is that what it's called? But I haven't had like time to really sit down and watch it. I love, let me think, what are some other period pieces that I love? Anne with an E, love more than anything in this world. Salem was a great show. That's a period piece. So definitely let me know some of your favorite period pieces. I just started that show. It takes place on a ship, I think turn of the century, I'm not sure. I've only watched the first episode. I'll put the name up here because I don't know it offhand. But I'm thinking, because yesterday's vlog was kind of like, I don't even know if I'm going to add those clips into this, because I filmed a sit-down video for my nails. So I might just do that for today's video, and then you'll see this tomorrow. But if I want to, I'll add some of the clips from yesterday. So for dinner, oh yeah, let me know your favorite period piece shows. Let me finish my thought first. I would love to start some new ones. Oh, you know what else? I read the book first, and then I was like hooked on the show. It's the first time that I think the show was comparable, if not better, The Alienist. So the book was really hard to get through because the script is so tiny, and it's a pretty hefty book, but it was really, really good. And then the show was even better, and I believe it was Dakota Fanning, the guy that played Gaston, I don't remember his name, I love him so much, the guy that played Gaston in the Beauty and the Beast live action. It was a really good show. So anything like that I love. So then tonight my husband's fishing. It's literally 32 degrees out. Let me get over so this person, since they want to go so fast, I'm not going faster, sorry. It's 32 degrees. It's so cold, I want to cry. It's like bitter. My hands are cracking so bad, and it's only like 8:40 in the morning. I'm going a little early so I can see my sister. She asked me to stop and see her at work, so I'm gonna go a few minutes early. What was I saying? Oh, for dinner, because it is so cold and my husband's gonna be out in this weather on the water. I'm making chicken soup. What I did was, because I didn't defrost my chicken, I put the frozen chicken in the pot. I put all the ingredients in. Usually I would cook it in my crock pot, and I know they say it's safe to run the crock pot even if you're not home. But when I was little, my home burnt to the ground and we lost everything. So I have a big phobia around house fires. I never realized it until recently when my husband was like, why are you unplugging everything? And I just have like a weird thing about it. So I won't like running my crock pot for a significant time if I'm not going to be home. So I put everything in the pot so that when I get home I can turn it on and have it cooked by 5 o'clock. I just got to grab a bag of egg noodles and crackers. I don't know what everybody's issue is today driving. Today seems like a weird, a school bus literally was driving like an imbecile this morning. I was shocked. I was coming straight. I had the right of way. Obviously, if you're going straight through a light, they turn, and I had to literally come to a complete stop for them to turn. Thank God I was really paying attention, and I had only just pulled out of the gas station and wasn't going that fast. But yeah, I'm gonna make chicken soup. Chicken soup is one of my favorite things, and it's one of my favorite things to cook. What I do is, you can definitely saute your veggies if you have extra time, but usually I just do baby carrots. I didn't have celery. I don't think it's gonna make too much of a difference. I put an entire whole onion in mine because I love the taste of it. And then I do chicken, obviously. Chicken broth. Oh God, what in the hell is going on? And then I do 2 packets of like the chicken bouillon, like that you can get in the international aisle. I like the one that I can find in like the Mexican goods, like where the Mexican foods is, with the little chicken on it. I don't remember the name of it. I love that one, so I always keep that on deck for a lot of things. I add that to a lot. And water, and I just let it cook down. Then I add parsley. I don't add garlic to my chicken noodle soup. I just don't prefer the taste of it. And because I use so much whole onion, I don't need onion. But you definitely do what you want. And then I do salt to taste. Now, the only thing I do different. Okay, so the first night I cook the egg noodles separate. And then I store them separate. And then the following day when I heat up my soup, I'll add the noodles. That way I don't lose that broth. And something stinks. Oh my God. There's a part of this area, there must be like a farm by, because you're gonna think I'm crazy, but it smells like Cheerios when I get to this one part of where I live near Vineland. It always has this intense smell of like either Cheerios or urine. It's weird. I wonder if there's like a chicken farm somewhere around here. It's intense this morning. I'm not somebody that can really hide. I have like a sniffer like a dog. I think because my other senses, like my eyes and my ears are so bad, that my nose tries to make up for my other loss of senses. Because I have a grotesquely intense sniffer, and I can smell shit a mile away, and people are like, no, I don't smell it. And I'm like, well, I smell something bad. And people won't smell it, but I'll smell it. Anyway, then I'll cook my soup all day. Like I said, I store that separate, and the next day, and then once the noodles are in there, it kind of bulks up the meal, and then I can eat it for lunches as well. Because chicken soup stays good. I have a rule of thumb. I don't do leftovers. The longest, depending on what it is 4 days. And that's really dependent. Like soups, stews, things like that only get better, I'll do for 4 days. But like leftover meat, like meatloaves, things like that, 2 to 3 days. Because after that, they get dry and they're not really good to reheat. I always have trouble reheating chicken as well. It just always tastes different the next day. So I have cut down on our meals. Like, I'm so used to cooking for so many people, and right now it's really just my husband and myself. And if my daughter decides to eat, if she likes what I made, she's a pain in the ass to feed. And I'm not the mom who's like, oh, you'll eat what I make or you won't eat it all, because that happened to me as a child. And I remember either going hungry or always being very, very sick. And I can remember my aunt was she was tough on us, really tough. And you sat at that table, if your lunch wasn't ate, you sat till dinner, and then you ate it again. It was just not good. And I can remember I liked grilled cheeses. I didn't like them like I do now. And she said, oh, my cousin's having tomato on hers. Do you want tomato on yours? And I just didn't think about it. And I said yes. And I didn't realize, like, oh, I don't like tomato. And I had to eat it. And I don't do that to people. If I don't mess with people's food, I don't do that. No way. If you don't like it, then we'll find an alternative. And 9 times out of 10, I'm a short order cook, and I'm okay with that because I want my daughter to have a normal relationship with food and not whatever happened to me. You know what? I don't know what in the world is going on with these drivers today. All right, so not much else going on. I'm already on 16 minutes of talking about probably nothing. I do like these car chats with you guys, though. It's fun. I've loved this vlogging season. Also, another question. I think I asked it, or maybe I was going to ask it. I can't remember. Does Vlogmas go to the day of Christmas or the New Year, or is it up to the person? I would love to do it to New Year's. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll go all out and do it till New Year's this year. And then we'll get back to like a 2-day-a-week schedule. Because I'm sure people are sick of seeing my face. So I will see you guys when I'm on my way home. I really wish I could get around this truck. When you're on the highways, if you're behind a truck, I notice your car like wiggles. So I try to get away from the trucks as much as possible. Not to mention I hate driving near them. I'm on like I guess it's technically like a highway. It's a main road. I don't necessarily, I guess I could, no, I'm not going to say where I am. I'm so used to being so like, oh, I'm here, there. I forget that it's not safe to share those things. So I'm going to listen to my podcast here. You really need to get out of this lane, sir. It's like not good. I'm listening to the podcast with someone named Ophelia. She's on TikTok. I've never heard of her before. I know that's crazy because someone's gonna be like, how could you have not have? Because I guess I'm not on that side of TikTok. Most of my TikTok is fashion, dogs, and makeup. I don't really go on to like the point of view. I guess that's what she does, point of view, which I love the idea of, and I would love to maybe get into because I like that, how you share and help people. That's like really cute, and I think that I have a lot of crazy experiences in my life that I feel like could be relatable, but I don't know. I like that, and I'm listening to her podcast, and I don't cry easily. Well, I do and I don't. So I don't often cry in front of people, but a lot of things make me very emotional. Music makes me emotional. I don't know. It's a yes and no situation, but she was talking about she got pregnant at 15 and how all she needed was her mother to tell her everything was going to be okay. And I got pregnant really young. I was 18 years old, way too young. My mother was wonderful, but it is that feeling of just needing to know everything's okay. And my daughter's one friend, he is struggling very hard, and his mom is the reason for it. And I just like, my husband's like, give him my phone number and we'll find resources to help. And I'm like, you're such a one. He's like, I'll just move him in here. I'm like, Danny, we can't move every teenager in that has a problem. It's just unreasonable. And I love him for that, for wanting to just be that outlet for kids that are just hurting so bad, because he was just so neglected growing up as well. So I have a soft spot when people say stuff like that. It really kills me. And it's like the first time I kind of teared up in a long time listening to something. I think the last time I really got emotional watching or listening to something was when I watched the last episode of 1883, and if you've ever seen it, you'll know exactly why. That, my husband was in tears, my throat was like tight as can be. I don't know how I watched that last episode. It effing killed me, especially because my daughter is so close to her father. Oh my God, it killed me. It killed me. I'm one of those people that show is one of my top 5 favorites of all time. I loved her narration. I know some people thought she was too slow. Her voice was like the most soothing voice I've ever heard. I loved her character. But anyway, so I was listening to her podcast and she said that, and it kind of made me choke up a little bit. So I'm going to sit and listen to it, and then I might go look up some of her TikToks, because she just seems like such a sweet person. So let me know if you've ever heard of her. I believe she's only on TikTok. So I will see you all in a little bit. I'm just chatting away and need to sometimes. So I will see you all soon, and maybe my sister will pop on and say hi, because I don't know if she's ever really been in any of my videos before. So I'll see you all soon. Hi you guys, so I'm driving home. I only wanted to talk for a minute because most comments I get are very, very nice, and I know this person was giving me like constructive criticism because I had happened to ask a question in the video. I think I had asked something like, what makes people engage or comment? I don't know. And basically, like, I understand the person was definitely, they did not say this in a nasty way, so I don't want anybody like firing off or anything, but they were just like, YouTube is a dying app and I should just consider TikTok, and that it's easy to just skip through my videos, like my curling my hair and things like that, and that some people don't want to, and that's basically they stop engaging. I'm not really exactly sure what they meant by that, but basically saying that YouTube is a lost cause and I should just go over to TikTok. Well, I do make TikTok videos, and yes, I get a lot more engagement over there. I get a lot more views. I almost have 3,000 followers there. But the reason I did YouTube was because I wanted to share things with people. I wasn't here to get famous or get rich. Obviously, my views are terrible, and that's not why I do it. And I appreciate what they're saying. I don't necessarily know if I agree, because I still watch YouTube a lot. So I'm not sure. Maybe you guys have a little more of an opinion, or maybe they can explain what they meant a little more. I do TikTok, and I love TikTok, but it's only a 3-minute video, and I just enjoy sharing a little bit more here. I don't know. I just wanted to get it off my chest because for some reason it was bothering me. Because it is hard work. Like, I film my videos and then I sit down, and it takes me about sometimes an hour, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 2 hours to edit out my videos, and it can be a little discouraging when you don't get views, and that's okay. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I do for myself just for fun and just to see growth and stuff. And like I said, I do get sometimes, like the one video I did got 65,000 views on TikTok and brought in over 1,000 followers, and then but I average out a couple hundred to maybe 1,000 views on some of them, and I get a couple followers a day. I do love TikTok, but I love this platform as well. So I don't know, I just wanted to get it off my chest a little bit. I'm not like picking on that person or looking to upset anyone. I just was kind of surprised because I didn't think YouTube was like a dying thing. I thought people still loved doing YouTube and loved watching it. Like, I understand the attention span of watching a much longer video, but there are people out there that like it still. I personally am one of them. I enjoy watching a longer video, especially it's somebody I enjoy watching. I understand like the mundaneness of flipping, and but I mean, my God, can we not keep an attention span longer than 3 minutes? I mean, that's awful. I mean, I don't know. I like YouTube, I like TikTok, I like it all. The only thing I don't love is Instagram. I get fed up with Instagram. I tell you what, sometimes I think I'm shadow banned. I don't understand why I don't get any engagement over there. It used to upset my husband a lot, but I was always like, don't worry about it. Well, what the hell is going on here? Holy fuck. I just don't really care for Instagram too much. It's too hard to get your pictures out there to people. It's just too hard. So I only post once in a blue, and most of the people that like it are people that I am personal family or friends with, and I'm okay with that. I never was really big into Instagram anyway. I know that if you do reels you'll get more views, but I don't know, I was just surprised by the comment. I never thought that YouTube was like a dying app or wasn't as popular. I just never thought about it. And like, am I wasting my time? I mean, I don't want to be, because I've met some people on here that I enjoy interacting with. I really do. And for that reason alone, I like doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too far into it, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. That could just be the way they feel, or they personally don't enjoy YouTube like they used to now that they found TikTok. That certainly could be the case as well. I'm not sure, because I still watch a lot of YouTube, but like I said, I do get more engagement on TikTok, but I think it's simply because they're quick, easy videos to watch, to edit, to put up, and I just think that's really all it ends up being. So I'm almost home. Not really sure what else is going to go on today. My husband's still out fishing. It's only almost 1, but they'll come in sooner rather than later. Like in the summertime, they can be out till 7 o'clock because it's still light, but they don't like to be out past dark, so they try to start heading into the inlet around 2 o'clock. So they'll be home around 5 or 6 once they clean the boat, get everything done, flush the motors, and then whatever fish they get, putting that together. And then the drive home's about a I guess an hour drive from the boat to our house. So he'll be home probably around 6 or 7 regardless. In the summer he gets home closer to 8 or 9. It just depends. So I'll see us all in a little bit. I don't know. I just felt a little discouraged, which isn't often. I usually don't let anything kind of bother me, and I appreciate, and I think everyone should have their opinions, and that's, you know, that's the way the world is. You're allowed to have think of anything you like. It just, I don't know, I just felt a little discouraged. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little while.